I don't know who needs to hear this, but we are meant to do hard things. We're going to get into it. Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the Ultimate Love Letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. Just to remind you, you are stronger than you think. And I pray that you are met with an opportunity to prove to yourself just how strong you are. Like, may we never go from the end of this life into all eternity, never experiencing just how strong we are. I want to remind you, you can do it. Whatever it is that you hold in your mind, the very thing that you're thinking, oh, I can't do this, I'm too fragile, it won't work out, I am too scared. I am here to tell you, you are meant to do hard things. And when you set out to do difficult things and you see how you have overcome them by the grace of God, that is a whole nother level of satisfaction. That is the ultimate moment of just pride and celebration, because even though God knew you had it in you, He is allowing you to prove to yourself just what you're made of. I am right now in Volterra, Italy. It is a village in Tuscany. And I've set out on this journey because I made a dream to myself just 9 months ago that I wanted to travel through Tuscany. I wanted to rent a Fiat. I wanted to stay on a working farm. And I wanted to explore parts of the region that I have yet to see. Parts of the region that I fell in love with when I visited Italy last year. And that is exactly what I'm doing. I landed in Florence a few nights ago and I rented a Fiat just like I intended in my mind. But when I went to pick up the car, and this is in the middle of the night at this point, it's like 10 p.m., I was handed the keys to a little black Fiat, and to my surprise, when I got in, it is a stick shift. Now, I do know how to drive a stick shift. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say maybe about a 5 or 6. I've been taught many decades ago, about 2 decades ago. And I wouldn't say it's my strong suit. So to navigate a car that I'm not comfortable with, a car that's not mine, on foreign soil, on winding roads with spotty internet in the middle of the night, it just seemed like there is no way I'm going to be able to do this. I actually went back to the counter and I asked for an automatic, concerned that they wouldn't have it, because every car I looked at in their lot, they all were stick shifts, and it is Europe, so I thought maybe that's the standard. When I reached the counter, they said they did have a couple cars that were automatic. None was the Fiat that I had been dreaming about. They were bigger cars. I wanted something small, something I can handle. It's just me. And the price was going to be almost double than what this little gorgeous Fiat that I have. So I sat there and I was pondering on it. And I thought, okay, if I take the automatic, it's not the exact car that I want. It's a bigger car. That's not what I want. I want the Fiat. I want exactly the car I have. At that point, just the knowing that God was preparing me for another testimony. And even though I knew I knew what he was doing. I knew that he was basically giving me the green light, saying he was going to cover me. I was protected to take this stick shift off the lot and to trust not only myself, but to trust him. But that took a moment for me to kind of just come to terms with that. But I did. I leaned into it and I said I would take the manual. And as I was walking back to the car, I was terrified. I thought, okay, I'm going to do a couple of donuts, a little practice rounds in the parking lot before I take to the streets in the dark, shoddy internet. And as I got in the car, I said a prayer. God protect me, God protect the car, protect everyone surrounding me and this car. Amen. To my delight, as soon as I started off on this journey, I started off very slowly and it was immediately coming back to me, like how to drive a manual. And in fact, I was going a lot more slower than I ever have, which was in turn making it even more easier to handle. As I got out of the parking lot and now I'm driving through these dark streets of Florence, I noticed that on the odometer, it was almost like guiding me when it was time to, shift up or shift down. The odometer was actually prompting me to shift up now, shift down, now keep going. And so I thought, oh my gosh, it's almost like a lesson as I'm driving. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. After about 10 minutes, I turned down a road that was a wrong turn. And I pulled into a driveway and then tried to reverse it out and go back the way that I come. Immediately, the first challenge. I didn't know how to reverse. And I sat there for about 10 minutes trying to get the car out of reverse. Nothing was happening. In fact, the transmission was like revving up and now I'm it smells like rubber and now I'm freaking out. This is only like 10 minutes into my ride. So as one gentleman passed, I asked him, I said, do you know how to drive an automatic? I just rented this car. I explained the situation, but I could see the look on his face. He was freaked out. And he says, I don't drive. And he just kept it pushing. And I said, okay, I totally get it. It's scary, right? Some crazy woman in this car asking you to jump in. I get it. So I tried for another 5 minutes, still could not get it in reverse. At that point, I reached out to the one who I know was right there, God. And I said, God, I need your help right here. Do you know instantly, within 30 seconds, if that, I looked up and there was a beautiful young man walking with a beautiful young lady. And I just said, excuse me. Rented this car. I do not know how to get it out of reverse. Do you know how to drive a stick shift? And immediately the young man gave out this beautiful smile. He started laughing and he says, absolutely. He said, let me help you. He jumps on the passenger side, shows me how to get it in reverse. It was as easy as just pulling up this kind of like stick shift lip on a Fiat. I would have never figured it out on my own. I mean, ChatGPT was helping me, but I still hadn't figured it out. And immediately goes in reverse. And as the young man is exiting the car, he looked back at me and he says, no worries at all. I'm happy to help. My mom has driven Fiats for the past 10 years. And it was an angel. And I said, I just immediately, thank you, God. You sent a literal earth angel. And I was off. Made it to my first destination perfectly. So grateful that I was able to maneuver it. The next day I woke up now a bit more excited, because now it kind of feels like playtime. It feels like I'm learning a new skill or relearning a new skill. I'm being enhanced. I am sharpening this skill. And now I get this long, beautiful drive out to Tuscany early morning. So, it's going to be a beautiful drive. As I set out through the hills, I'm winning. The car is responding perfectly. It feels like I have been driving a stick shift for years. And as I looked around my surroundings, I realized all my dreams that I just set 9 months earlier had come true right before my eyes. I was driving in a Fiat. I was driving this Fiat. I was driving it through the Toscana hills on these windy roads on this beautiful summer day in my favorite country in the world, and in this fun, adventurous way, this little cute little car that is just, I'm able to handle with precision. And I realized God was saying the journey is the best part. And He was enhancing the journey. Had it been an automatic, it would have been great. I would have got there easy. It would have been a challenge. But the fact that it was a stick shift, He was showing me how we're made to do hard things when we trust Him, when we trust in ourselves. And in turn, how He will make the journey fun, even that much more adventurous, all while at the same time strengthening us, showing us where we're stronger than we know. This is a memory I could never forget. I set out on a journey and God did me one better. God said, I'm going to use the journey to grow you. I'm going to use the journey to strengthen you. I'm going to use the journey for a testimony that you're going to have forever. I'm going to sharpen the skill, and I'm going to make the adventure even more profound with just one move, a stick shift, adding one little challenge. So I just wanted to give that to you, fam. We are made and meant to do hard things. Don't shy away. Don't back down from the challenges that come. If you're met with an uncomfortable situation, before we're so quick to throw in the towel and say we can't, tap in with God. He might be revealing something to you in this moment. Something that you might miss in the moment that you're ready to quit. Keep going. We are meant to do hard things. Thank you so much for joining this combo. I have something so exciting that I have been waiting to share, and I can finally announce it. Today, we have officially released something so special, something I've been working on for months. I'm always being asked, how is it that I'm able to live free or carefree or live the life that seems big and bold and adventurous, and it seems like it's all mine? So as I've been just moving through the space over the last few years, recording for the Ultimate Love Letter and putting out blog posts and just wanting to be of service to the world, to everyone, just wanting to be of service, I could not shake that same question. How do we do it? I know fear is the biggest lie. It stops us from going further, from going beyond. It stops us from living that big adventurous life that you envision in your mind. So I have a solution for it. I have created an online course. It is 5 modules, 24 lessons within those 5 intentional modules, and it's live right now. I'm linking it in our show notes. This is a self-guided, self-paced, transformational course that is going to take you starting from zero, that's underneath the surface, all the way up through a journey that's going to finally answer the questions. When did the fear begin? Where did it come from? How can I move in spite of the fear? How can I live free? By the end of the course, you know how that's going to be accomplished? By trusting God fully. The name of the course is You Don't Trust God Yet, But You Will. I thank you to everyone who has checked it out. Again, it's linked in our show notes. I will see you inside. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again real soon. Bye for now.